Part 3. Aligning with your purpose. Welcome to the concluding segment of our vision and purpose alignment lesson. In Part 3, we dive into the profound significance of aligning your goals and actions with your life's purpose. As we've clarified our vision and explored techniques for manifestation, now it's time to ensure that our pursuit aligns with our deeper calling. Aligning with purpose. Aligning with our purpose means living in accordance with our deepest values, passions, and strengths. It involves self-reflection, identifying strengths, setting intentions, listening to inner guidance, living authentically, and making a positive impact. When we align with our purpose, we experience meaning, fulfillment, and authenticity in our lives. Now, what would be key components to aligning with our purpose? The first one we have here is understanding your life's purpose. So we want to reflect on our understanding of our life's purpose. What do we believe is our core reason for our existence? Consider the activities and the endeavors that bring you profound joy, fulfillment, and a sense of contribution. So this can resonate with anyone that, as even a child, they envisioned or felt a calling per se that they had this need to fulfill or help others in some way. And sometimes you just have keywords or elements that you kind of resonate with without quite knowing exactly what that is or what that would look like for you in terms of your calling or your purpose as you journey through the courses of life and go through the stages of your ages and schooling and life experiences and so on, which are all in alignment to be orchestrated to bring you into the conclusion of your own destiny. But before we arrive at that end result of knowing what is it that is indeed our purpose, we have to go through the course of life so that in that experience, we can self-reflect and remember in those moments when we did or said or experienced something that actually resonated with that inner calling and that inner desire, where we felt joy, we felt fulfilled, we felt a sense of contribution to not only ourselves but to humanity. Because our purpose is always involving others, right? Our purpose wouldn't be to be selfish and only suit ourselves in doing what is it that only we want to do. Even when in just a group of family, having your home and your children, a purpose even as a mother or father is grand, because everything you do once having children kind of reflects that responsibility, because now you have a purpose greater than just yourself. There is a bigger concern, there is a bigger responsibility, there's more at hand here in terms of our decisions, right? Because our purpose as a parent is to make sure that our children are safe, that they are taken care of, that they feel nurtured and loved, that they have everything they need, that they are being guided in the right direction, correct? For those that are taking parenting serious. So in that degree, for example, that turns into a purpose that when you feel and you know that you are doing it at your best ability, at the best way you can, with all that you know, as you are being a parent while learning as you go, there's elements that provide you that joy and that fulfillment and that sense that you are contributing into the growth and the evolution of humanity by making sure that you bring up the next generation in the best way possible so that it serves everyone, right? So just like we have that sense, and for those that are not parents, You can think about anything when you are volunteering, or when you have pets, and when you are reliable and take care of your immediate family, your own mother, your sister, your siblings, your aunts, uncles, whoever it may be. There is purpose in that. And when you are doing it freely without being asked to do it, it's something that comes natural. It's something that to some degree resonates with your calling, your values, your purpose, right? Because it is a element that makes you feel joy in me and make you feel fulfilled in your actions, in your expression, in your endeavors, in your volunteering, in your helping of others. There's always a resonance there that kind of expresses what that is for you. And not everyone is the same, right? People have different things that bring them joy and fulfillment that isn't always in assistance of others. It could be assistance of animals. It could be teaching. It could be anything. But life gives us the perfect opportunity to self-reflect and look back on those moments when we felt the most fulfilled and the most joy, and in our contribution in whatever which way that is. It could just be creating art for the visual of someone else to experience, right? It doesn't always have to be in the assistance of others. Another key point that helps us align with our purpose is aligning goals with our purpose. Evaluate your current goals. Do they resonate with your life's purpose, or are there adjustments needed in terms of that so that they can resonate? For example, identify specific actions that align with your purpose and contribute to its realization. So once we have an idea of somewhat what our purpose is, we want to make sure that our daily tasks or life is reflecting an aspect of that pursuit, right? Because we want to make sure that our goals are in alignment to being things that will contribute to that purpose that we have. So what would that look like? For example, if you want to teach a subject that you love and you enjoy, you want to make sure that before fully teaching it, you have done enough research and have practiced enough of that which you want to teach on yourself in your daily practice or in life or whatever it is that you're teaching, so that it becomes natural for you. And let's say you're wanting to teach, if your purpose is to teach, and you want to add that into your contribution, you want to create goals that are aligning with that. So let's say that throughout my day, I work, I get up early, I take care of my responsibilities, I go to work, I come back home. What am I doing when I come back home? Am I sitting down watching TV for the rest of the night and going back to bed? Or am I taking time out of my day to dedicate time and effort into mastering myself in my teachings, in my craft, in my knowledge, in my wisdom? Am I using what I am learning in my everyday practice? And in doing so, how am I doing that? And am I contributing that knowledge or wisdom into additional sub goals where I am adding it to be a part of my life, so that when I do teach the craft, it is something that is second nature to me, so that when I do discuss it, I have reliable sources of examples that I can express with whoever I'm teaching what I enjoy practicing, what I enjoy learning about, because it comes natural to me to do so. You want to make sure that we identify how we are aligning ourselves to our purpose with even the goals we have on a daily basis. Even if we have regular goals throughout the day, let's say one of my goals for the day is to do laundry. While I am doing laundry, I can multitask and contribute, let's say, a audiobook that is going to teach me more about what I need to learn, or watch a video that's going to teach me about how I can create an online course or anything of that nature. Making sure that my goals are always in alignment with my purpose, so I am making use of my time throughout the day, even when I have other responsibilities to take care of, which means you're nurturing with the motivation of your pursuit of that purpose. Bringing us into the third key point of aligning with our purpose, which is nurturing intrinsic motivations. Explore the concept of intrinsic motivations. How can aligning with your purpose fuel a deep and lasting motivation? So here we want to recognize the difference between extrinsic rewards and the inherent satisfaction derived from purpose-driven pursuits, right? So what does that look like? So first off, we want to make sure that once we know what is it that it's our calling that fulfills us and satisfies us, and it comes natural to us. It is something that we've been driven or called to do, and it resonates with our soul on a deeper level, right? Once we have an idea what that looks like, what that is, we want to make sure that we know the difference of, for example, extrinsic rewards would be something more egoistical, meaning I want to do this calling, this purpose, because it's going to give me status. I'm going to be known for something. It's going to provide me the income that I want, right? So it's more of a selfish gain out of it, and it's more to be perceived as something, or to gain a sense of value from what you believe or may believe that others may perceive you as, right? That is all egoistic mentality, which can only last but so long, because in the ego, there's always more to pursue. There's always more to gain. There's always more money to make. There's always more to do. There's never a level of satisfaction, because the ego doesn't really always live in the moment. It lives in the gratification of the moment that gives that peak of what we believe something should be, to quickly realize that it is not what we were seeking. Because when you're living through ego, for example, you're living through the idea that there's this thing you have to do to fill in this void that you feel. Until you do that, and then you realize you still have that void there. There's still something there kind of lingering. So now you feel that you have to do more. So you're constantly in the doing, and not really taking the moment to be present and fully embracing and appreciating the inherent satisfaction that would come from something that is intrinsic motivation. So a motivation that comes from the inside, something that comes from a drive that comes from deep within your soul, that is coming from a knowing rather than an assumption of what you believe something should be. So instead of it being a status quo from the societal norms that we've been conditioned to believe, that we are supposed to be doing something at a certain time in our life, and we're supposed to have the nice car with the home, with the family, and all these things. And sometimes most of us follow that programming to quickly discover that it doesn't necessarily fit everyone, right? Just like a size 9 shoe is not going to fit everyone. And we can all put the shoe in our foot, but will it be comfortable? Would it suit the purpose of wearing a shoe if it doesn't fit quite right? If it's too tight or if it's too big, it's not going to serve us. Even if it is a shoe to wear, if it doesn't fit properly, it doesn't matter, because now it doesn't serve the purpose it's supposed to serve the way it's supposed to serve it, because it doesn't quite fit. And that's the same thing with ego-driven and purpose-driven. So when you're purpose-driven, you're making sure that not only are you wearing a shoe that fits you, your size foot, but you are making sure that the shoe that you decide to choose from is going to be a shoe that's going to sustain and suit the calling of whatever endeavor you decide. Meaning, you're not going to wear high heels if you're going to run a marathon, right? You're not going to wear sneakers if you decide to stand up in front of a crowd presenting the qualities of dressing at a certain attire of professionalism, right? Every shoe has a different purpose. The same way we as individuals, while living authentically in our own unique expression of our own essence, have a purpose in our own unique way as well. So when you're living through the essence of your inherent satisfaction that is driven through the purpose that comes natural to you, that brings you joy, that brings you satisfaction, and that contributes to your soul, but also to humanity, there you get to decide what shoe you're going to wear for what occasion, because you are the one creating the purpose that you are now molding for yourself. So that it is very important that we understand the difference. And I know we've been growing up with thinking that we all have to do the same thing and fit the same molding and, do this trade, be a doctor, be a dentist, and all these things. And some of us step out of the bubble. Obviously, we're growing out of that molding and stepping into our own individual unique identity, and then stepping into more authenticity and learning how to master ourselves and learning how to listen to what is indeed our truth calling and what is our purpose. And once we discover that, it's going to be a lot easier to nurture that motivation within us. Which brings us into the next one of course correction and adaptability. Understand that the journey towards purpose alignment is dynamic. Be open to course corrections and adaptability. Embrace the idea that as you evolve, your understanding of purpose may deepen or shift. So that comes with anything that is growing and evolving and changing. Because one thing is certain, and that is change. We all, even as organisms, change from being born to a baby, to a child, to a teenager, to an adult, to an older person, and so on. The cycle continues. It's a constant molding of change. And once we learn to fully embrace and accept that, it becomes easier to embrace each and every stage of our life and live fully at that stage in our life in the way that we may perceive life at that moment in time, because we can only perceive that which we comprehend and understand based on the things that we have experienced, based on the things that we may know, based on the wisdom and the knowledge that we have been exposed to, and the things that we consume, and the people that we surround ourselves with, and then the environment that we place ourselves within. All of this plays a big role, as we are always being influenced by these circumstances. So at each stage in our life, we're going to want different things for different reasons, because of different levels of perception, because of our different degrees of consciousness, depending on our evolution, our growth, our level of maturity, our level of experience. All of this is going to play out. So the way you thought when you were 10 is not going to be the way you're going to think when you're 20. And you have to be able to fully understand that, and understand that not only does everything around you change, you change. And it is because you change and you evolve and you grow and you learn and you mature and you continue to gain wisdom through your experiential courses of life, everything around you will continue to change as well. And when we understand that, course correction and adaptability becomes effortless. Because now you start to realize, okay, I'm growing, I'm changing, I'm evolving, I'm maturing. I want different things now. This doesn't excite me anymore. This doesn't interest me anymore. This doesn't entertain me anymore. This doesn't attract me anymore. This doesn't impress me anymore. This doesn't make me feel satisfied or fulfilled, or this can no longer be considered fun for me anymore. I've had enough of this and I've had enough of that and I've experienced enough of that, so I think I want to evolve and continue to grow and see what the next stage of my life introduces. What more can I gain? What more can I grow into? Who can I become? It's a very exciting journey once we learn to look at life this way and not be stuck in this one stage of our life doing it over and over and over again and thinking it's normal. Because nothing remains the same. Nothing in nature remains the same. So why are we choosing such thing? As I move on, we're going to the next one of resonance in daily choices. Examine your daily choices and routines. Do they resonate with your purpose, or are there areas where alignment can be strengthened? Implement small adjustments in daily life to bring greater harmony between your actions and purpose. So here, we want to always make sure that we are reflecting, observing, and recalibrating these daily choices and making sure that they're resonating with that which we envision to be our purpose and our goals. And asking ourselves, is this situationship, job, location, consumption of certain foods, is this serving my highest good towards my purpose? Does this align or resonate with where I envision myself in the future? If I keep eating fast food every day, am I going to match the vision that I see for myself in the future? Is it going to give me the body I envision myself for the future? Is it going to allow me the lifestyle and the health that I envision for myself in the future? Is this person in my life going to resonate and contribute to that purpose in my future? Are they supporting my dreams and my vision? Can they see the vision that I have for myself? Would they be in alignment with that experience? Would they remove me off course, or would they make sure to lead me even further into it? Do they benefit me, or do they discourage me? Do we have the same values? Do we have the same vision for the future? Do we want the same things? All of these questions are crucial in this process. Why? Because without asking the right questions, we won't ever get the right answers. And without the right answers, we won't know what next step to take in the alignment to our purpose. And every single day is like one step at a time to move forward. Now, the real question here is, am I moving forward towards my goals through my daily choices, or am I moving backwards away from it? And here you can decide and make the choice with your free will to remove that which doesn't serve you going forward, and remain solid with the motivation and determination to move forward. Remove whatever distractions is going to take you off course. Remove any food that's not going to align you into that position of your future. One, is not going to give you the body you want. It's not going to give you the energy that you need to pursue these goals, so that you have the energy not only to maintain yourself throughout the course of your day through your own responsibilities, but also so that you can have the energy left throughout the day so that you can pursue more of your purpose and your goals. Right? Am I depleting myself with my daily choices? Or am I making sure that I maintain my vitality so that I can have more than enough energy and time to move forward in my daily choices that are going to align me to my purpose? So, as we conclude here, it's very important that we understand this. So, aligning with your life's purpose is a continuous and transformative journey. By consciously connecting your goals and your actions with your deeper calling, you infuse your life with meaning, passion, and a sense of fulfillment. As you embark on this exploration, may you find the resonance and purpose in every step. Now, the question for lesson 12 would be, what steps do you currently take to ensure that your daily actions and decisions are aligned with your long-term vision and purpose? And of course, as always, feel free to share this question with your answer in our chat, in our community, so that we can all share and get feedback from one another with support and motivation to keep moving forward in our journey towards our purpose. And moving forward, I also have here the possible challenges that can take place during the lesson, which the first one would be clarity of vision. Clarifying one's vision can be challenging, as it requires deep introspection and reflection to uncover one's true passion and aspirations. Number 2, overcoming doubt and fear. Many individuals may struggle with self-doubt and fear of failure when it comes to aligning with their purpose, which can hinder their progress. Another challenge would be identifying purpose. Discovering one's purpose can be a daunting task, as it often involves exploring various interests and experiences to find what truly resonates. Another would be alignment with values. Ensuring that one's vision and purpose aligns with their core values can be challenging, as it may require making difficult decisions or changes in lifestyle. Number 5, sustaining motivation. Maintaining motivation and focus over the long term can be challenging, especially when faced with setbacks or obstacles along the way. Number 6, balancing priorities. Finding balance between pursuing one's vision and purpose while managing others' commitments and responsibilities can be challenging for many individuals. Another challenge could be resisting external influences. Overcoming social expectations and external pressures to conform to certain norms or career path can be a significant challenge when aligning with one's purpose. And last, taking action. Moving from conceptualizing one's vision and purpose to taking concrete action steps can be challenging, as it requires courage and perseverance to step outside one's comfort zone. These challenges can vary in intensity for each individual, but they represent common obstacles that that many people face when embarking on a journey of vision and purpose alignment. And as always, here's some of my background information as your trainer today, as well as our social information. Feel free to follow and support our channel so that we can continue to flourish and grow. Thank you.